students! Hey, once again, welcome back to Mr. Himbert's music class. Today, we're going to learn something totally new. We're actually learning how to read music. Now, if you remember back to when we had music class before, we were working on the notes on the staff. Do you guys remember what a staff is? It's the 5 lines and 4 spaces. Let's make a staff together. We just make a claw like this with your fingers. Pretend like you got some super sharp claws. And we're going to scratch it through the screen like this. And say staff. Looky there. 5 lines and 4 spaces. Now remember, every line and every space has its own name. They're all a very specific letter, and those letters are the notes that you play. So the bottom line on the staff is E. The second line up is G. Third line up is B. That's the middle line. Fourth line, D. Fifth line is F. Now there's a sentence we say for the notes that are on the lines on the treble clef staff. Does anybody remember what the sentence is? I'll give you a hint. The last word in the sentence rhymes with line. It's every good boy does fine. From the bottom up, every good boy does fine. Let's say it together. Ready? Here we go. Every good boy does fine. Good job. Those are the notes that are on the lines. E for every, G for good, B for boy, D for does, and F for fine. Now, just like the notes that are on the lines have their own letter names, the notes that are in between the lines, or the spaces, also have their own letter names. The first space from the bottom is F, second is A, third is C, and the top space is E. Anybody know what that spells? F-A-C-E spells face. So the sentence we say for the notes that are in the spaces is space spells face. So now what that means is that any notes that are on that particular line or on that particular space are that note. You'll also notice that they go in order of the alphabet. The bottom line is E, space right above it is F, G, A, B, C, D, E, and F. When you go up on the staff, you go forwards in the alphabet, which means when you go down the staff, you go backwards in the alphabet. All right, so let's play a game. Now here's what you need to do. Again, you gotta get your parents' permission before you do any of this stuff, so make sure that they are helping you out. So if you're inside and you have a hard floor, you can use painter's tape. Make sure it's painter's tape because it peels up easy. If it's duct tape or something like that, it's not gonna come off very easy, and I'm pretty sure your parents aren't gonna be very happy. Or another option is if you're outside, ask your parents if you can use the sidewalk chalk and you can draw your own staff on a flat surface. You don't want it to be on an angled surface because that's not gonna work for our game. It's gotta be a flat, level surface. Or if you don't have sidewalk chalk, you can always use like sticks or something. Just make sure the sticks are kind of long. Just make sure that whatever you use is equal distance apart and try to make it about a foot or so. So you have plenty of room for that space in between. You don't want to make it too small. So line, space, about a foot apart is perfect. All right, now once you got your staff lined out, your 5 lines and 4 spaces in between the lines, now the next thing you're gonna need is a bunched up socks. Now here's how the game goes. You're gonna stand about 5 feet back or so, and you're trying to hit a very specific note. So you say the note out loud, you toss your bundled up socks, and you try to hit that note, and you just keep going until you hit that note. And once you hit it, move on to the next note. All right, I'm gonna go for low F, which you remember where low F is? Every good boy, no. Space spells face, that's the first space. Here we go, low F. Ah. Ah. Okay, next I'm gonna make it a little harder on myself. I'm gonna go for B, which is where again? Where's B? Face. F-A. Every good boy. Every good boy. That's the third line. It's the line that's right in the middle of our staff. Every good boy. All right, here we go. Come on, B. Yay, first try. All right, now for the hardest one. I'm going for the top line. The top line on the staff is, let's see, what note? I remember line rhymes with fine. So that's the sentence that goes, every good boy does fine. F for fine. That's the very top line. That's the farthest one away from me. Let's see if we can do it. Come on, baby. Oh, it's so close. Ah, so close. Ah, I'm gonna call that good. Man, I could play that game for hours. Try to hit every single note. In fact, maybe challenge your siblings or your parents to see who can get all of the notes on all the lines and all the spaces first. Maybe the first one that gets it is the winner. So keep playing it. I'm gonna keep practicing and I'll see you on the next lesson. Come on, Heidi. Woohoo!